Hey Cancers, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is the monthly intuitive messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm actually recording this on the 13th on Mercury retrograde. Let's see how this goes. It just felt like a day to do it, but I'm just like following my intuition. Cancers, there is a part 2 on Patreon and Vimeo. Links are below for your convenience. Excuse me, if you're curious about Patreon, we do offer live hangouts for the every new moon and every full moon, where I go over the astrology of the moon cycle. I give you my 2 cents on it. We hang out, we pull cards, all the things. It's fun. I also offer early access to my sign readings and to the weekly messages, and also access to all of the part 2s. So go ahead and check that out if you're curious, okay? Cancers, I want to dive in here. Your intuition, it's like alarm bells. Alarm bells are going off, and not necessarily in a bad way. It's just this feeling of like something's coming or something's gonna happen, or like you're almost feeling like the change, like the winds of change, almost like you're just really feeling the shift happening for you. You could even just be feeling collective energy for my mystics out there. But yeah, Cancers, I just feel like your intuition is like alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells about whatever this change is that's happening, whatever this shift is that's happening. It almost feels like a need to prepare for it, but I almost want to say like your need to prepare is not like a practical one, but I have a feeling some of you are interpreting it that way. Almost like, oh, I need to get like my money right, or I need to like get my health right, or I need to like get my house right. Like, I need to get my things in order. It's like, and some of you may be feeling that, but I want to say whatever this preparation is, it's really more internal. And I think it's just in a natural flow. And that's kind of the thing with intuition sometimes, because sometimes like we'll pick up on stuff and it's like, we just know it's going to happen, but it doesn't mean that you need to do anything necessarily. You know what I'm getting at? But I just feel like your alarm bells are going off like big time. And I feel like for some of you, it's putting you in this place of like getting a little worried or concerned or feeling like you need to do something about it. But I don't think you have to. But let's go ahead and get into some cards. So I'm going to start with the Herbal Astrology deck. I don't think I have it listed below yet. It was a gift from a friend. And it really has become one of my favorite decks, like very fast. So let's go ahead and see what we got from my Cancers here. Any messages or insights for Cancer? Keep in mind, these are timeless. When I say monthly, I mean like I do these every 30 days or so, depending on my energy and the flow of things, but they are timeless, okay? Cancer, any messages or insights for Cancer? Ooh. This is basically my Tower card. Transfiguration with Jurgon Sacha. Ooh, shit. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Putting my nail back in order. Oh, no. Oh, no, I've made a mess. Okay, there's going to be glitter everywhere, so don't mind that. But anyway, Jurgen Sacha with 22 Transfiguration. This is my Tower card. This is Mars Pluto energy. It means something is changing, and it's not changing quietly. It's not a quiet change. It's not a quiet shift. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that something is going to be on fire. It doesn't mean that something is going to be like harmful. I really want to make that very clear, because I don't think whatever this is a harmful thing. It just is what it is. But I think because it's so like it's so big, or it's coming in so fast, or something's leaving so fast, the change is just happening really fast. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why it feels this way, and I think that's the only reason why your intuition is picking up on it so strongly. But with transfiguration, it really is an indication of like death to birth, or like serious alchemy is at play here for you, Cancer. Something's leaving, something's entering, or something within your life is just changing so at its core, it could just seem like a death, right? But I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think it's going to happen really fast. Am I taking these? Yes. Chamomile, inner peace. Stay calm. Please just stay calm. Just stay calm, Cancer. I can almost feel your anxiety even as I'm talking about this. And then we have Passion Flower, 43 with Surrender. So the numbers we have out here are 22, 9, and 43, which breaks down to a 7. We have Mars, Pluto, Sun, Moon, some new and full moon vibes coming off of that card, and Neptune, Moon. So lots of moon energy here, which you are Cancer. But Transfiguration, Inner Peace, Surrender, Jurgen Satcha, Chamomile, Passion Flower. If you work with any of these, it might be a good time to really, really work with them. I feel like all this is saying is just stay calm. Everything's going to be okay, and just be open to it, give into it. 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 Again, I really feel like your intuition's picking up on this before it even happens. And you could have this feeling of anxiety around it, almost like, what is that? What is that? What is that? Or this feeling of like impending doom. But again, I don't think it's a bad thing. I really don't feel a negative energy about it whatsoever. It just feels big. And it just feels very fast. Okay? I would really just lean into your intuition and meditate a lot at this time to stay really in tune with whatever it is your intuition's trying to tell you, and to stay calm and grounded. Okay? Let's see what else wants to come through here. Anything else for Cancers? Let's see. Tulsi with wealth, 19, a cyclical energy with Mercury and Jupiter. This card tends to speak of like artsy, creative sort of energy, like really cultivating your gifts. It speaks of fertility. It speaks of abundance here, which I do think is part of what is coming into your life. It just feels fast and it just feels big. For some of you, there might need to be some things that are dismantled in order for this to come into play, but I think it's going to happen naturally, is what I keep getting at. Like, again, I don't think you actually have to do anything. I think all you really need to do is just stay calm and be receptive to it, because I think it's going to happen. And I think if you resist whatever this is, it might like come out weird, or might turn into a weird experience, or you might even like sabotage it. On the bottom, we have Arnika with 33 teachers. You have two master numbers out here, 22 with Jurgen Satcha, Transfiguration, and 33 Arnika with teacher here. This is a big Saturn energy. I feel like this is something you've actually been working up to. Underneath that, we have Rhodiola, Wisdom, 37, another cyclical energy. With Death, another cyclical energy underneath that. When I say cyclical, it's like the 1 or the 10, because the 10 goes back to the 1, right? So 46 breaks down to a 10, 37 breaks down to a 10, Tulsi breaks down 19, 20, 19 breaks down to a 10, excuse me. But yeah, with teacher and wisdom, you should know how to navigate this. It feels like whatever this shift is that's coming, it's something that you've actually been, I don't want to say co-creating or manifesting. It's just going to happen as a result of your journey. Like, I don't know how else to put that. Like, you're just ready for this shift. You're ready for this change, whether you realize it or not. Some of you have really run the course on certain lessons already, and it's time for new ones. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Cancer, that's how it's feeling to me. You've run the course on a certain path or lesson, or aspect of your reality, and it's almost like you've gotten everything out of it that you can, and you're just naturally ready for this shift. With that will come a gift of wisdom as well, if that is the case for you. And again, I do feel like it is. And when I say the gift of wisdom, it's this gift of being able to close out a cycle or chapter and look back and be like, oh, that version of me that was learning all those lessons or going through that, whatever that was, that period of time, I gained a lot from that. And then what you gain from that, as far as knowledge, wisdom is concerned, is what you're taking with you into whatever this shift is. But shift, I keep getting that Tulsi is the result of it. That wealth energy, abundance, fertility, creativity, it's really, really, really good energy is coming as a result of that. Some of you will be putting your wisdom down to paper, is actually what I'm hearing with that. Like literally writing. Scribe. They said scribe. Scribe-like work. Some of you, it's the student becoming the teacher sort of vibes. But you're ready. You're ready for this. You're ready for this? Let's get some other cards out here. Where are we at? 10 minutes? Okay. We're going to go with, ooh, do we go with spell casting? Sorry, I'm like, let's go. We'll go with we'll go blah, 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 blah. We'll go with energy oracle cards. Sorry, I'm getting excited for you as well because this feels really, really positive. Okay. Any messages or insights for my Cancers? Any messages or insights for my Cancers? I just realized I forgot to post a reading. Oops. Do it after this. Any messages or insights for Cancers? Ooh, envy coming out here. 20 breaking down to a 2. Coming on transfiguration. This is something that's shifting for you, Cancer. You're done with this energy. You're done with this way of life. You're done with these fears, these insecurities, these doubts, this perspective, this lens of reality is what I'm actually getting with this. The yearning. Something about codependency. Interesting. The yearning and this like chasing energy. Some of you may feel like you've really worked a lot on that, and something about this shift that's happening is going to make you realize you still kind of act out of that a little bit. It doesn't have to be like full-blown serious codependency or chasing things. It could even just be in like terms of like, I can't even like think of an example right now. Just more minor, more subtle. Cancers, I think that you've had a path where you worked a lot on self-worth, a lot on boundaries, a lot for living for Cancer. I think you guys have done a lot of that, especially the last 4 years. This like 4-year cycle the collective is coming out of started when the North Node was in your sign in Cancer. And something about this woman in Cancer too, I think is going to be bringing that to a head specifically for Cancers and Capricorns just because of they share that axis. But anyway, you're really done with that. You're done with that. You're done with chasing. You're done with yearning. You're done with wanting more. You're done with looking at people or things outside of you as opposed to you. Some of you are also really shifting into this place of manifesting differently, is what I want to say. Like manifesting as if you already have a certain thing or a certain experience, but using your emotions to do that is what I'm actually getting. Using your emotions to do that. Like, for an example, instead of like wanting a relationship or yearning for a relationship, just allowing yourself to feel that energy of love and nurture and support just within yourself, knowing that you already can do that for yourself, right? I think you've already been doing that in other ways, but this is about bringing the emotion into it. That's just what I'm getting. So let's keep going. If any of you have been struggling financially, that's about to change. That is about to change. If you've been struggling financially or had weight, oh, thank you. So Cancers, for some of you guys, that's actually what this is, that you're moving out of. Concerns about money, concerns about the material, being too focused on it, being way too focused on it. The last 2 years have been rough financially for a lot of people. I think words. I don't think I know a single person that hasn't, myself included. Okay. Any other messages or insights for Cancers? There's a real need to take care of yourself, Cancer. The more you relax, the more you calm, the more you care for your body, the more you care for your need to be in tune with your intuition right now, because your intuition is screaming at you a lot. I just keep going like alarm bells, alarm bells, alarm bells is all I keep getting for you with that. The more you're going to hear and be able to discern, but also the more happy, peaceful, calm you're going to be, and also the more receptive you're going to be to whatever this shift is. A part of you is fighting this shift, Cancer, and the part of you that's fighting it is this. It's that. Just trust, just trust, just trust, okay? Let's see. Ooh. Sacral chakra with Archangel Ariel, 36, break it down to a 9 on the 9. We like that. We really like that. There's a lot of feminine energy you're being asked to move into because you're being asked to move into a state of receptivity. That's why, because you're being asked to move into a state of receptivity. The sacral chakra also pertains to creativity, which we do get with the wealth energy, right? That you're shifting into. We do get that here with Tulsi. Some of you may be going through a bit of a sexual resurgence, I think is a good way to put that. I'm not going to say awakening because I don't feel the energy. It just feels like a little bit of an uptick in your sexual energy, which feels really nice. I like that. Getting more into a state of enjoying life and not worrying about it so much. Not taking it so seriously, especially when it comes to the material plane. Almost like knowing the more you really lean into that feminine, receptive, internal, emotional, psychic, intuitive part of you, the more all of that other stuff is going to fall into place. Some of you, it's about getting back to this place. Like, how do I want to say? Not place. Getting back to being like this. Some of you, it feels like you knew how to be like this. You were like this, and something put you into worry mode. And that feels prolonged. That doesn't feel like a week of worrying about money and security and surviving and all of that. That feels prolonged. Okay. Moving on. Oh. Okay. Can I get another card for Cancer, please? Walking away, another 9. You got a lot of 9s and a lot of 10s is what I'm noticing. That's end of cycles. That's my frankincense just went, whoa. That's like, that's a lot of completions, ending of cycles, closing things out. And this is landing on passion flower. This is a big shift, Cancer. And it's time to receive it. It's time to embrace it, accept it, lean into it. And it seems like leaning into it, again, it seems to be happening internally, even if it is an external change or shift. That's the only preparation you need to do here. Again, I keep getting alarm bells are going off for you, like it's time, it's time, it's time. But the truth is, you just got to lean into whatever your intuition's trying to say, and you're going to navigate this just fine. But yeah, open the gates is what I'm hearing actually with that. Because there's another card in this deck. It hasn't come out, but I'm going to pull more cards from this deck. And it's called Garden and the Gate. I almost said Guardian and the Gate. Interesting. Garden and the Gate. And that card speaks of, is it safe to leave the gate? Is it not safe? I'm going to stay behind the gate. This is, I'm opening the gates wide open. Open the gates, Cancer. Open the gates. Some of you, especially where you're going to be feeling that like surgence of sexual energy, for those of you within that group where you've had a block or some kind of healing that's wanted to take place there, it's time. It is so time to go there, Cancer. That's getting in touch with your fun, your play, your passion, your vulnerability, your flirty, sensual side, right? The not being afraid to get in the mix, not being afraid to get in the dance of life, so to speak. It's time, and it feels like a very long-awaited time, too. All right, what else for my Cancers? I just got this. The old you was afraid. The old you was afraid of that kind of freedom. It's interesting, too, because look at the differences in these two cards. This is what is being transmuted and dismantled, and this is what you're moving into. Look at how different that is. There's a threshold in both of these cards. But in this one, you're kind of in the dark. And you're like looking upon where the light shines. Like you're looking upon people or places where the light touches. I just got a flash to Lion King for a second. Might be some activations in that movie for you. But anyway, because it's weird how it wanted to come out like that. Because there's that scene in the very beginning of the movie when Mufasa's like showing Simba, everything, their kingdom. And he's like, the kingdom is everywhere the light touches. It's almost like you're like out of the Pridelands looking in, when really you just got to know and believe that you are in the Pridelands. Interesting. Yeah, I would definitely watch that movie. There might be something in there for you, Cancers. But there's the threshold. This is someone who's not passing through. This is someone who is. So pass through into the Pridelands, Cancer. Whew. Whew. Any other messages or insights for my Cancers? You might have strong Leo energy in your chart. Or you could know a Leo. I'm just getting strong Leo energy now. The Pridelands, we're just going to call it the Pridelands. It's a state of mind. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. You might not even physically need to do, again, you might not physically need to do anything. All of this feels very much internal. And it feels like the physical is just going to catch up as a manifestation of your internal shift here. But this is the only prep you need to do, is to get out of that. Get out of that state of mind. Get out of that state of being. And know that the light touches you. That you are where the light touches. And get into that place of receptivity for that. Overall, we have anxiety. And I was feeling that with you. I was feeling anxiety. Oh, look, because of your intuition, goddess of the moon, because your intuition is yelling at you. Another 9, by the way, with 18, 9 and 7. 7 came up again, too. So you have a lot of 9s, 10s, and a couple 7s. Oh, Cancer, which means 2s probably play a big role. Again, you're anxious about what it is that you're picking up on. Underneath that, we do have hostilities, which is a kind of a 5 of Swords energy. You could be perceiving, because your intuition's like, hey, pay attention. It could be putting you in this anxious state, and then you might be misinterpreting, okay? Because hostilities coming out with your intuition is indicating that there's almost a need to fight. Like a fight is at play, or you need to be on guard here. But again, I don't think you need to be. I think what you actually need to do is be vulnerable and receptive, almost like the opposite. So don't let your mind try to interpret your intuition. Your intuition is your soul, and it's like your ego is getting the best of you here instead of you just kind of surrendering into the soul. Okay? Okay. All right. We are at 22 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get into part 2. We're going to get deeper into what awaits you in the Pridelands. You can get more specific there. Okay? But again, it has to do with this Tulsi wealth energy. So if this is where we depart, I hope you enjoyed this reading and got a lot out of it. And if I see you in part 2, I will see you very soon. Take care, Cancers. Bye.